Good evening, everyone. For today, we will have a focus group discussion regarding socioeconomic status affecting the academic performance of students. But first, before we proceed, let me introduce to you our facilitator. For our facilitator, we have Belas Clarally, and for our beloved participants, we have Ponce Raisa, Rebriano Kyrie, Rodriguez Justin, Rosario Grizel, Rompina Espinal, and Turla Sheena. And a quick rules inside our meeting. First, everyone must open their cameras. Second, mute your mic when you're not asked and kindly unmute it if you are. Respect everyone inside the meeting and lastly, enjoy it. And for our beloved respondents, your answers are valid and we ensure you that your answers will be as cruel as you responded to our question. And we appreciate your understanding and participation. And by that, let's now proceed to our questions.
Let me provide you these questions. Mr. Rodriguez, what motivated you studying?
My motivation to work while studying is to help my parents and somehow contribute to my studies.
It is really hard to work while studying. Everyone here is glad that you're able to have that motivation to working on yourself. So now let's move on to the next question. Ms. Fonse, what do you think is the main reason of lack of financial?
Um, I think the main reason of lack of financial is if your parents or one of your member of the family is doesn't have work or job, and also buying some stuffs and things that you don't need just to waste your money can cause lack of financial.
All right, that's a good opinion to apply. For the three participants who will answer our three left questions, let's begin with Mr. Sauro. Now, Mr. Sauro, how does socioeconomic status influence access to quality education?
Socioeconomic status is highly linked to education because individuals from socioeconomic communities experience a lack of resources since they birth. Lack of resources affects developmental processes, literary skills, and even in health. Children from low socioeconomic status families mostly perform poor academically than their more affluent peers.
That answer is crucial. Now, Ms. Rumbines, do you agree that students with high socioeconomic status have a higher level of motivation than students with low socioeconomic status? Why?
For me, yes. Why? It is because students with high socioeconomic status can afford the things or supplies that are required for their education. Also, they're financially stable, so they don't have any dilemmas when it comes to their tuition fee, and they don't have any reason to stop learning in school.
That's a good point. Thank you. Now, for the last question, Ms. Turla. How would you describe your socio-economic status? If your socio-economic status is poor, how can you handle it and what effect does it have on your studies? If it's not difficult and in a good condition, what effect does it have on your studies?
Socioeconomic status now is poor because we are affected by poverty. We don't have always money and often lack of money. My academic performance also have an impact because we don't always have money for projects and we can afford our school expenses right away. As an eldest child, I have a higher level of education and quite expensive. Since I'm the oldest of my siblings, of course I understand the situation and problems in life. So I'm also affected by it, and my brain is confused about how we will be okay.
We highly understand your situation, especially the answer you provided. Now, We are glad to have you as one of your interviewers. Your answers have been a big support for our study. We appreciate your time and efforts. Thank you for your participation.